Good morning, all you cats and kittens. This is Carol Baskins. I'm just kidding. Good morning, everybody. I'm so high strung because I have this new Keurig cappuccino machine. Everybody knows I had the espresso machine, and I got totally jacked up on it. I decided for my birthday to buy me a Keurig cappuccino machine. I'll tell you this. I'm going to run out of pause really fast. This is my second one. It's pretty good. Good morning, everybody. I'm going to say good morning, everybody. We're going to have a special guest coming on today. I'm just waiting for that person to log on. Me to say hi to some people in here. Good morning, Lori. How you doing, Monster Fish Gal? Good morning, Fish and Tantics. Good morning, Eva. Good morning, Alan. Haven't heard from you in a while, Alan. Good morning. It's kind of weird. So I have to start like repositioning stuff in my office on my desk. So my camera's straight ahead, but then my monitor's down here, but I also have a monitor up there. So I got a monitor over here. I got monitors all over the place. So what we're going to be doing today is I have a in-store during this last weekend. I offered a pre-scaped tank. You guys might have seen it on a previous live. I did a dry scape in a UNS 1 gallon aquarium. What happened was this was last year's Christmas present that UNS gave me. I did a dry start. I've done some drawings for this before, and nobody's ever picked it up. So once again, I'm going to be doing this is from all the in-store customers that came in and stuff. And then I think this month I'll do something for my listeners and everything as well. So yeah, I want to start giving back to you guys as well for coming here on early mornings and doing this. Hey, Mike, how you doing? Perfect. Yeah, awesome. This is what I'm talking about, guys. So when you guys come on to Facebook and you're watching on Facebook, all it shows me is Facebook users. So if you go over and say like good morning and you tell me who you are, I actually know who you are. But here's the thing. It doesn't show the next one. So I never know, but I can kind of keep track of. I start learning people's like how they type and everything else. So good morning, Mike. How you doing? Where's your store at? I'm located in Plymouth, Minnesota. Minnesota, yeah, sure. You betcha, don't you know? Eat a bunch of hot fish, a little fish and hot dish over here. But yeah, good morning, 3G. So today we're going to be doing the drawing for that. I have a special guest on, which I think might start doing like regular, like co-hosting with me. They're figuring out how to come in here. I also am trying for the first time the showing pictures from my computer that I took. Like, so I went to Germany. Everybody knows I went to Germany. I went to the dinner. They went, good morning. You popped up too. Automatically popped up. Good morning. Good morning. Everybody. This is, let me see if I can get the right hand. This is Victoria Lee Creates from Illinois. I got to meet her at quite a few shows at Aquashella. She's super cool, super energetic. I'm able to bounce stuff off
her. He's lying.
I try. So everybody tells me I have a great personality and I'm a very funny person. The problem you end up having is when you only have one person here and there's nobody else here, it's hard to be funny on camera. It's hard to bring out a personality and stuff. So I need stuff to be able to bounce off people. And I think vice versa. I got to get used to this where I got to point to the left, go to the right and everything else. But Victoria Lee does a lot of great aquascapes. She does a lot of good artwork. She helps out at Aquashella in the Scapers Crib, Aqua Crib.
The Aqua Crib, yeah, at the beginning, the entrance, the introduction of Aquashella.
You lost your audio.
Are we here? Audio. Are we here? No? Can you hear me?
No audio.
No audio?
What? She's like, what? Yeah, there's no audio. But I thought this would be a good little addition to the joesshrimpshack is to actually have someone to go over and hop up on there. I know everybody's like, oh my gosh, look at that. But yeah, it's great. Good morning, Ben. How you doing, Ben? Hi, Dee Dee. How you doing? Dee Dee, did you get your package and everything? I did send the package. All the packages, anybody that ordered something for Black Friday or right before Black Friday, I had to wait till after the week of Cyber Monday and stuff, so no packages got lost and stuff. Who else? Hey, there you go, Trucker Tammy. How you doing? Trucker Tammy's here. Woo!
Oh my God, I love her.
Yes, I love her too. She is so funny.
Wait, you can hear me?
I can hear you now. Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, I can come back.
Yeah, you can come back. So here's Victoria Lee's YouTube channel as well, guys. If you want to follow her YouTube channel,
she's lying. I don't know who that is.
Yeah. Well, it's like talking to Casper right now because there's like nobody there. Oh, there you are. So, like I was saying, I went to Aquashell. I can't remember which Aquashell it was, and Victoria kind of came up to me and said, "Hey, how you doing?" and stuff like this. She never pictured a face behind the person, you know, because I don't work for Aquashella, but I help out a lot of people over there, and we became quickly.
You might as well work for Aquashella.
I know it's funny because everybody always asks me, "Hey, what's going on with this show's coming up and stuff like this?" And I have to call Joanna, and then Joanna and I talk, and I'm like, "Well, I don't even work for Aquashella." So, anyways, yeah, Victoria Lee is probably gonna come over and start co-hosting with me. It's a great combination because we get along really good. She's got the same type of personality as me, like this. She's super bubbly, and she's got a puppy dog too. I'm a fan for dogs. Speaking of that, like my new employee Sue.
Speaking of that,
he's super funny. So him and his wife were coming in during the pandemic, and she was bringing me boba tea, and I loved it. He came in with his puppy dog. He's got a bulldog puppy dog, and he asked for a job bringing this puppy in, and I gave it to him. And then when he wanted more hours, he brought his other dog in. Says, hey, I'm looking for more hours. Victoria, I lost your audio again. Just to let you know.
What is going on?
There's no audio. Just to let you know. Now I heard a little bit.
Okay, I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna exit and I'm gonna come right back in. I hope I'm not being too annoying.
No, you're completely fine on everything else. I'm gonna keep on saying hi to people.
Hey.
I know I gotta squint out. So here's the thing. I'm kind of old. I just had a birthday. I turned 45. Yeah, I turned 45 on the 29th, so I have to literally go over and link down and like. So you can hear her. Well, now she like it cuts in and out for me and stuff, and I know I don't have my Bluetooth audio on and stuff. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of when she comes back in, I'm just gonna let her keep on like talking and stuff, unless you guys say that you can't hear her and stuff. So good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I saw your picture that you posted today. Your shirt. I loved it. She's back. But yeah, Tammy, I loved your shirt. I saw your post today on Facebook.
Oh, the repeat.
But I'm going to tell you right now, this Keurig cappuccino machine.
You need to stop because I'm jealous. Mine's broken.
See, I can't hear her, but we'll see if everybody else can hear you.
Okay, can anybody hear me? If anybody can hear me, please put in the color green.
I'll let you guys like decide if you can hear or not because I can't hear.
Yeah, if you can hear me, put in a green heart. If I don't see any green hearts, nobody can hear me.
Let's go in here.
This really sucks. No green hearts, like zero. Nobody can hear me.
Oh, so we can hear her just fine. Why can't I hear her? Hold on.
Oh, yeah, there's a green heart. Okay.
Let's see what I can do on my end.
Joe, are you setting me up? Hey, so I almost wore your shrimp shirt today. It just didn't match my my aesthetic this morning, my mood.
So now I can hear a little bit too. All right, so I might have to like relook at my audio like later on and stuff because I have this weird little speaker, but it's wired and I have it wired in there. I don't know why it's not like sometimes it links in, sometimes it doesn't. So I'll have to look at it later on. You can hear her in Watkins. All right, so this right here, this is my dad right here. So this is kind of like he's a ghost. You see him right here. He's using my stepmom's account. That's what he does. He doesn't believe in Facebook, but he uses my stepmom's account.
Come on.
So,
come on, you got this.
Yeah, I was thinking about going over and like if I can't keep on hearing, I'm just gonna mute the audio on my computer and just turn on the volume on my phone, and I can kind of hear it right there. So what I want to do is I want to like hear more about Victoria. Victoria, what's going on with you nowadays?
I'm just content creating. Basically, the content creating like my social media platforms. I've basically taken a back seat because I'm just so busy trying to actually start a business, which is not really taking off, but I'm not mad about it. I know it's a process and it takes patience, but that's basically all I'm doing right now. I'm just working behind the scenes. I'm editing videos. I'm aquascaping. I'm trying to make money. I'm feeding my hobby. I'm growing. I'm learning. That's basically where I'm at. These are my first 3 years. And you guys better buckle in because there's going to be a lot more than 3 years. I'm in this for forever. Can you hear me or no? It really sucks. I can't talk to him. Like, I feel like I'm on a phone call with him, but I can't talk to him. But yeah, that's all that's going on with me. Currently, I am working on my website. That's going to be going up and live soon.
Awesome. Awesome. So I got the audio on my. Well, I got my audio on my phone now.
Can you hear me? But yeah, that's all that's going on with me. Currently, I am working on my website. That's going to be going up and live. It's a little weird. I can hear like the playback. It's actually really weird. Can you hear me? Hey Joe, if you can hear me, I wanted to ask you, do you know who Monster Fish Gal is? I see her everywhere.
Yeah, it's 100% delayed and stuff. So
this is hard. It's hard to have
on me, ladies and gents and stuff. I'll look at it later on and stuff.
How about we do this? How about you do the majority of the talking, and I'll just be here hanging out with you.
Do I what again?
I'm just gonna smile.
Perfect. All right, so I'm just gonna smile and everything else. I'll relook at the audio and stuff later on. So, but yeah. So what I wanted to do first is I wanted to go over and I'll do the drawing for the tank, in a little bit. What I wanted to do is I want to go over and pop up on the stream my trip when I went to Germany. Let me turn on this volume so I don't hear myself echoing and stuff. I'm just gonna kind of do like a couple little things here and there. Just give me 1 second here. There. Let's see if that works. All right. So everybody knows I went to Germany the beginning of this year. I want to say I went over there in March. I think it was in March. Yeah, I think so. March, and I ended up touring the Dennerleigh plant. I ended up going to Inner Zoo. I went with JBJ, and I kind of wanted to go. I took a lot of pictures, a lot of videos. There was 4 of us YouTubers that were actually, I'm just trying to line this up perfect right there, that were out there. It was Corey McElroy from Aquarium Co-op. We had George from Coral Fish
12G. George Mavericks. I can never say the last name right.
Yeah, and then we had Jay Wilson from Seachay was there.
I love Jay.
Oh yeah, 100%. And there was and the thing is there was only a few of us out there. But the thing is like, and then we had of course Chris Luca. But I took a lot of pictures and videos. They wanted me, so I didn't know what they wanted me to exactly do. So a lot of these pictures are duplicated and everything because I didn't know what they wanted me to do. Now, I did a lot of tours of fish stores out there. And then when I got a hold of, when I ran into Corey and stuff like this, I showed Corey some of these stores I went to. And then long of a hole, guess what?
What? He's doing them too.
He went to the same stores, the same video. And I was like, well, I'm not going to go over and launch a video that, I probably still will.
No, do it. Do it. The different perspective.
So the first day we landed in Frankfurt, and then we caught they had a driver for us, and then we took a driver. They're located in Bonn, Germany. Beautiful place. And then I took a picture of their outside. I don't know. I'm into plants too. So I saw this beautiful plant sitting in front of their front entryway. It was super cool. I'm just trying to get all these monitors all set up here. All right. And then Volkner is their in-house aquascaper. We wanted to bring him here to the United States. The problem is like he knows some English and he's not really strong on English. So the problem we end up having is like if we went to like an aquascape con or like if we did a booth that was teaching aquascaping, it's hard for him to get people's questions and then come out with the proper answer and stuff. So
Yeah, I totally understand that.
Yeah, so they're working with him, but this is one of his aquascapes that he did. This right here is the Dennerley shrimp tank, the little 2.5, super like small bonsai in there. I loved it.
Is that Monte Carlo on it?
Yeah, he actually put Monte Carlo on there. It was super
cool.
I
just recently learned about how to use Monte Carlo properly.
It's Monte Carlo's rocks and everything. So it's just one of those like, so this was in their top secret area. So over at Dennerley.
What do you mean by top secret?
They have their product testing area downstairs. And they brought me down there, and that's where they have all their aquascape tanks. That's where they're doing. They were testing light. I'm pointing up and stuff. They were testing lights out that we're going to probably bring in the USA. And this is something where they went over and said, hey, Joe, we don't mind you taking pictures. We don't mind any of this, but please don't launch pictures prior to certain products coming out, which at Interzoo, they were introducing them there. So that's where I was able to go over, and I just haven't compiled the video. So they have. I want to check out
Interzoo so badly.
Looking back, there's an in-house heater that they had. It just, that wasn't really cost effective to bring in the United States. It would just cost too much money to bring in here. Let's just look at my screen versus all right. And this is another aquascape they do. Volkner is really good. He likes using a lot of unique plants. You'll see in a future plant, that's one of the plants that I got taken away was this one plant that he showed me.
All right, I see Anubias,
Nano. I'm trying to just figure out all my settings on the camera. That's why there's a lot of
Bucephalandra, Christmas moss.
There's another giant tree. So what I liked on the bottom left-hand corner, right about here, this was a new type of crypt. It wasn't pink flamingo. He actually gave me 4 plants and those are the plants that got confiscated.
How are they doing? Good?
No, they got confiscated. When I came in, they took them. Oh. They swiped them from me. This was such a new plant.
Are you serious?
100%. This was a beautiful plant. I mean, my pictures doesn't do it justice. It's super beautiful. Chris. As soon as I saw it, I took pictures and I said, I want this. He was able to get me some, but the thing is he put them in styrofoam with saran wrap over the top. So I knew if I was going to get stopped by TSA, 100% it was going to get stolen and stuff, but not stolen, but confiscated. So it got confiscated. Just a beautiful plant though.
Do you think you can get it here?
Yeah, I'm going to try and work with the company that they're getting that has the plant. I don't know if they launched it yet. It's kind of like one of those things where it's hey, I know you guys gave me a bunch of plants. Can I get some more because they got confiscated?
Do you think you could redo that moment again?
I got to talk to them on that one, but let's see here what else.
I'm sure they wouldn't mind. You're such a likable guy. But it is gorgeous. You really need to get that again.
You have Crypspiralis tiger. It almost has that whole Crypspiralis tiger look to it, but it's a shorter, smaller plant.
Oh, it's stunning. And it stays like that, compact, right?
And then some pictures of some shrimpies, and there it is.
Wow. There was a picture that you showed.
Experimenting with different lenses and
different.
Let's see here.
What's the name of that Bucephalandra that's in there?
CO2.
That one. What's the name of that booth?
We're gonna get some better plants. This was all in their one little studio. So that's the light that is going to come to the United States. It's super cool, super sleek. I did a lot of video on this. But until we get more of these brought into the United States, we're not going to launch the video on it because right now we have only 6. So it doesn't pay for us to do a video and then launch the video if we don't have the actual stock in there. It's super cool, super sleek, full spectrum light.
There was a picture you kept going past, and it's driving me nuts. There's this one plant that was the shrimps were sitting on it. It's not a moss. Absolutely stunning, absolutely gorgeous, absolutely need the name.
Let me go to it.
I don't know if you noticed, I kept freaking out every time you passed by it.
That one?
No. No one can figure out the name of this on my end here in Chicago. We've been trying to find it. Bingo, right there.
Okay, I'll go up one more. Hold on. Where's the shrimp? You talking?
It's not the moss. It's the one that the shrimps are all sitting toward the end. Probably the third to the last.
So is this the picture right here?
No, no, keep going. It's the third to the last. This plant right here is very peculiar, gorgeous, and I've been looking for it for quite a few months, but I can't even figure out what name
it is. Like there's so much delay and stuff. So like I can roughly go over through some of the pictures. So I can kind of tell you what the plants I have. So I guess go back.
And then that Busa philander too. I want to know what that one is. I've got the green, but I want that one that turns kind of like rusty.
So this is a lot of like Monte Carlo put in there. So we got Monte Carlo. I'm going to kind of look at this picture. Right here. Monte Carlo. All right. So this right here is a lot of like different types of moss, and he's got Anubias, and then the ones that are in the center, the purplish, those are Bucophilandra.
The ones toward the bottom around the corners, you see.
So hold on a second. We got delay, Victoria. So we got Christmas moss right here. That's in the front. We got dwarf hairgrass in the picture as well. I'm trying to find my mouse.
Monster Fish Gal says, might have to get a couple of 5 gallons to 10 gallons just to practice scaping in. Monster Fish Gal, that's exactly what I did, and that's how I started. My first year, I got a rack, and I did a bunch of cubes, and I did a different style in every cube. Literally, it's like the best way to learn.
100%. It's always about learning. Practice, 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 practice. So there's a shrimp on that one. That is that crypt.
It's gorgeous. I want it. Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and get more. This right here is mini Pelia with a little bit of baby tears in it.
Okay, so that's mini Pelia, the one that looks like a moss, right? On the inner, the darker color.
Yep. This right here that the shrimp is sitting on, that's mini Pelia.
Mini Pelia. I'll be back. I'm gonna get a pen. That's one.
Mini Pelia, though.
That's not the one I'm talking about, though, but that's one of them.
Baby tears that he has on here. And then that's Bucophilandra. I don't know which species. There's so much different types of boost out there. I just don't know what type of boost it is. That's that new crypt. That's some more boosts.
We still haven't seen the one.
I don't remember the name exactly. I have it written down on my sheet because I actually have some in my tank. I actually had some here and stuff, so I actually have it written down. I'm not really good at the Latin names. I slaughter all the Latin names.
Is that one good in low tech? Because I never used that one before.
This is a beautiful freaking picture right here at that shrimp and stuff. I love it.
That one. That's the plant right there. What is that? I have a little piece of it that I got way back in the beginning, like the first 3 years ago.
So this right here is, I mean, it looks kind of, so everybody knows when you ever do aquascape and you have a new tank, it always looks ugly before it looks good and stuff. So this was actually one of their bigger tanks. I want to say it had to be like 100 or 120. As you see, you have a lot of, like on the, let's see if I can move my mouse and stuff. You have a lot of biofilm. Yeah, you have a lot of biofilm popping up here. This was a new product that they came out with right here. This was a porcelain pleco cave. It actually kind of looked like cholla wood. It's something that in the USA we kind of decided not to bring in. It's just one of those, like, for what it costs to purchase over there and for what it costs to bring in the United States and for what it costs for us to sell it to you, you know, when we have cholla wood in the United States that you can get for under $3, it doesn't pay to bring in something that we're going to have to sell for $20.
Doesn't make sense.
It's a cost-effective thing, and I know they were kind of disappointed in, you know, that we weren't going to bring it over, but it's a cost-effective thing. Let's see here, some more tanks. All right, this was another one that they had. This was, so they had a laboratory, and then I walked back in the laboratory so they all left me. So every place over there has cappuccino machines, hence why I have a cappuccino machine. Walter went upstairs to make a cappuccino, and I snuck into his laboratory. And I started taking pictures.
That's beautiful.
They all came downstairs and they busted me. But that's super cool. I love it. That's actually elephant skin rock. So the thing is with elephant skin, it's super, like, it's going to crank up your cage in your tank 100%. They just do consistent water changes. That's how they're able to keep it all lower and stuff like this. So
yeah, that's the same thing I do with the Serio.
Just beautiful tanks. All right, so The hotel we went to, now we're getting into the hotels and stuff like this. The hotel we went to was super cool. It was in Don. It's known for rock climbing. It's known for biking and stuff. This is actually the view from our hotel. I did decide at one point that I was going to go rock climbing. Okay, a little fatty me. I was 240 pounds. A little fatty me decided to go rock climbing. The problem we have is like, I had no cell phone service. So Manny was afraid that, because he didn't want to go rock climbing. If I was going to go rock climbing, what would happen if I actually got hurt? And I said, I'll kind of show you on the picture and stuff.
And you're in Germany, dude.
Yeah. So this right here, this is our hotel. So this was Manny's room right here, and then my room was directly across from it. So there's no air conditioners here. There's no elevators. There's no nothing. So us Americans that came here, we had so much luggage. We had to carry it all up the floor and up the stairs. His room was here. My room was right here. You can see it with the mouse. So what we did is I kept my window open and he kept his window open so we can have a breeze.
I love
this
that.
right here was the local little restaurant bar that they had there. It had a bowling alley in there, but this is actually that peak that I went to. And I think I got other pictures here. That peak right here, that's where I was. And I decided to go rock climbing. And what I did is when I got up there, I screamed, "Hey, Manny." And he looked out the window. He goes, "What?" I said, "See if I fall, you can hear me because I got a big mouth." But it was 100% like silent there. And it was just quiet. It was peaceful. And this is why I want to go back. It's beautiful. This was the peak I went to. They had little like helpers, like ladders, whatever. There's our hotel again.
Oh, that's beautiful. I hate how human man just walks in and puts railings right on the
stone.
That's
where I was when I took the picture in this little crevice creek, whatever you want to call it.
Wow. Oh, that's stunning. I love nature so much.
I do too. It's just, there's it from the ground right there.
You're inspiring me right now. You're feeding my creative.
I'll be honest. Like,
oh, look at the people in the middle.
Yeah, I learned a lot about like my lenses and stuff of what I want to start using for when I do certain things. So I had like 6 different lenses, and I was trying to figure out the best to use for certain things. So that's why I do a lot.
An actual camera.
Yeah, actual camera. Yeah.
Wow, nice. I need to pull mine out more. I don't know enough about lenses. It eats me up, and then I just pull out my phone out of frustration. I'm like,
yeah, I'm so used to the phone. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
That's the hotel. This is a volleyball court there. There's Manny. So I'm doing weird that I so tired to be taking pictures. So he's standing there, and he's just sitting there going like, "Okay, Joe." And then I'm like, I try a different camera, and I try different lenses and stuff. And he's like, "Okay, Joe, this is getting like really old, really fast." But he's a good sport about it. So there he is.
Hey, at least he's a good team player. At least
I went for a small little walk, and I love history. I love everything about history and stuff. I instantly thought about like back in the war. How much of this land that we were actually standing in, was there a battle that fought here? Was there soldiers that walked by? Is there something where if I had a metal detector, we'd find stuff? That's what I instantly thought about when we were going on these little hikes. Trying different lenses. Beer garden. So every place that we went to had their own version of a beer garden, had their own I don't drink, so they had their own version of non-alcoholic beer, which is great because that's one thing that I wondered about is, hey, I go to Germany, everybody drinks over there. What am I going to do? Just order waters and stuff? But every place I went to,
why not?
Because the thing is like they drink all their water out of bottles. So the thing is, it's the same concept, and half the time water is more expensive than beer because it's all bottled. Just like when you order ice, you only get like 1 or 2 ice cubes because water's kind of, they don't just use it out of the tap.
No ice for me, please.
Yeah. So I went there and I found out every beer garden had their own version of non-alcoholic beer, and that I fell in love with that. So there's my beer. I just started like, okay, I got to start taking random stupid pictures. Manny, I quit smoking, but Manny was smoking. I quit smoking back last June and stuff. So Manny was smoking. So I was like trying all my macro lenses on it.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's so tasteful, though.
Yeah, 100%. And then we had some pictures of, this is the restaurant by us. They have on Saturday, I think it was on a Saturday. They have a local band that comes out there, and I was just like ordering food. My big thing is I went there for food. Let's see here. There's a little beer garden. The view.
I have yet to leave the country. I'm too
there's
scared.
my alcohol. So you can see right here, alcohol free.
So this is considered a little beer garden, right? Yeah, obviously.
I'll tell you this though. I mean, for me not drink. I mean, when I drank, I used to like 100 proof Captain, and then I did beers here and there. I'll tell you this though. When there's no alcohol involved, there's only so many beers you can have before you start feeling super bloated.
Oh, I'm good at it too. I used to be able to
cool. I like this picture right here. So over there, this is a little hotel. This is like a bunk bed hotel that a lot of bars have over there. Most people just take their bikes to the local.
How much is one of those?
I mean, we were there for a week and I only saw one cop. But what they do is these local bars rent these little trailers, and if people are
that's brilliant.
Too intoxicated, they just walk in there and they're going to stay in there. Super ingenious. You know?
Wow, I love that. And can we please talk about Manny's hair? It's always on point. Very
100%. So I call Manny is the Indian George Clooney.
Dude, he's got that hair. The color is beautiful.
His hair is always on point.
Oh, like look at it.
Like he goes for a haircut right before he goes to a show, and his like, I think he wakes up with his hair just perfect and stuff. It's like
I bet he hit that refresh button weekly. He's one of those, and that's admirable. I couldn't do it.
I mean, yeah, Manny's my brother by a different mother. Like if everybody follows me on Facebook, all my profile pictures are Manny and I. I
noticed. I was like, are they related?
Manny and I in New York. It's kind of what we do.
Yeah, you guys are definitely like family. You give off that energy.
We have friends like that where we can actually share each other's lives, and I know his family, and he invited me for his 50th birthday. I mean, I felt honored. And the more pictures of the beer.
I'll have to be nicer to him now when I see him next time, since you're affiliated. I'm kidding. I was never
doing more of the macro lens. Manny was impressed with the macro lens. He's like, holy smokes, that flower's like super small. And I'm like, yeah. All right. And I think, is this at the show? I think this might be at the show. Yeah, this is at the show, I think. I just want to make sure that this is actually at the places where I'm at, or I have to wait till I see a couple more pictures and stuff. Let's see here. All right, no. So this is called Aqua Lounge. This is a place that Gabby from Dennerley, she took me. This is like a cool. It's kind of like the same concept that I'm doing here. It was called Aqua Lounge. I did a bunch of pictures for him. I mean, he had some beautiful. Everything there was aquascaped, just beautiful tanks.
Wow.
This is where Corey did a video at Aqua Lounge as well. I was kind of showing him all the pictures and stuff of what's there.
That looks like a 40.
Oh my God. You wait. It's not a 40. Watch this. I think I have a picture of it. Like,
oh, look at those ferns.
Yeah, let's see here. Some bad pictures of these are.
You can tell a lot of these have been set up for a while because the leaves are really nice in the plants.
Mickey Mouse platy.
Is that really what it's called?
Yeah, you see the Mickey Mouse ears?
Oh my God, shut up. That is actually Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, Mickey Mouse platies. They have them in orange as well. Or I'm sorry, purplish blue.
Does Disney know about this? They should have like a huge school of these in there.
They're super cool.
Somebody's got to get paid.
Like, I was trying to focus on stuff with my lens, and I realized I have to learn more about my shutter speeds. So
you and me both. Ooh, what are those?
Some ferns.
Angels.
So a lot of this, like I can put with my Adobe, and I can like touch it up and focus it in. He's got tons of spiderwood.
Cherry barbs, tetras.
He's carries Dennerley plants.
My favorite, tiger lotus.
That's a beautiful one. I think that was I want to say that was a 75. So I'm trying to find. I think this is This is the opposite side. This is like a 120.
That's a 120. Wow.
One. I think this is it. Oh yeah, this is it right here. So this was like a freaking 10-foot tank. Just massive.
The picture does not do it justice.
It doesn't. My lens, I couldn't. So the inside of the place wasn't big enough where I could back up and get a whole picture. I don't think. And this is one of those Awase globes. No, when we went there I don't think I took pictures of the Awase booth, but when I was over there, they actually had one of these paludarium globes that were, I think it was like $5,000 for it.
Oh, was it fully stocked with plants and everything?
No, that's just with the misting machine.
Oh my God, 5,000? Yeah. That's disgusting.
Tell me about it.
No, ma'am, go away with that. All
right, so this is actually at Aqua Zoo.
I feel attacked.
Yeah, this is actually the new look that Dennerly is going for. So if everybody remembers like how we had it before, it wasn't sleek and clean. A lot of companies are going for the sleek and clean look. They came up with what they believe in is the 5 elements: light, water, animals, plants, and what is that? Substrate. So basically the 5 elements is what they're going for. Right here is Volkner. This is the rest of their team that goes to a show. I kind of like the look. Their booth was like super simple. I want us to get that booth versus spending a whole half a day trying to set ours up. This is
gorgeous. It's very inviting. It's got a homey.
The cappuccino machine is back here.
You're always never fail to miss the cappuccino machine.
Some of their products that they came out with. There's their canister filter. So they had the white canister filter. They came out with the black canister filter. The carbo soda, we brought those in. So carbo soda is like, if you ever seen those carbonation machines that you can buy in your kitchen, you can have carbonated water and stuff, the soda streams.
Yeah.
It uses the same bottle. So this is the same concept. You can have CO2 in your system that uses the carbo soda.
Wow.
So we brought these in. We didn't bring the aquascaping tools in just because we already had aquascaping tools. We already do have these lights already. What's another items?
Have you given those a shot yet in your tanks?
What's that?
Have you given that a shot yet on your tank? That looks
really
cool.
I'm going to set up. So I have all these showcase tanks that I'm going to be setting up. I'm going to be using mine. They sent me one, so I'm going to be using mine in one of the tanks.
I am dying to come out and see you.
Yeah, 100%. You should.
I'm going to.
It's something where it's like we're working stuff. I think what we're going to do is we're going to do an addition to that carbo soda. So America, we like using solenoids. We like using the on-off ones. So this one that they currently have, you have to manually turn it on, turn it off. It remembers how many bubbles per second, but you have to manually turn it on. So what we're going to do is we're trying to find a solenoid that we can actually adapt to that kit that can automatically turn it off, like what we're kind of used to and stuff. But I do have a video about the carbo soda up on there as well. There it is right here on one of their shoal tanks. There's their 5 elements. A natural balance. That's their kind of motto, is they like have a natural balance experience. There's their artificial stuff right here. Their plants. They don't have their own bonsai trees. They had a bonsai tree there.
Hey Joe, do you know where we can get those racks? And is it like sturdy enough to hold a tank? Anytime I see any kind of furniture, I'm like, can I put a tank on that?
More plants. Trust me, I have some. We had we had 4 hours where it's like personal time for Mandy and I. And I got those pictures. So I'm trying to zoom to it.
You keep taunting me with that crib.
I see about that. What?
You keep teasing me with that crib.
I know. I took tons of pictures. So I fell in love with it. And then here's the thing. So when I got it confiscated through TSA, I said, "Hey, can I just pay a fine and take it?" And they said no. And I'm like, "Come on!" I always try to do whatever I can to get that crypt. And I got cheese confiscated. I got meat. I got so much stuff confiscated.
Could you have hidden it? You think? Had you done it differently, could you have gone through?
So here's the thing. When I went there, So I had 2 bags checked. One actually weighed 140 pounds. So I had 2 bags checked, and I had my 2 backpacks, a camera pack, and I had my backpack. When I got up to TSA, they said, "Well, how many bags do you have?" And I said, "I have my 2 backpacks and I have my 2 bags." They said, "Perfect." They took a highlighter, went on my ticket, highlighted it, and they said, "All right, can you please grab your bags and go over to secondary checking?" I'm like, "All right, cool." So when I got there, they put my bags automatically up on the table. And they said, "Do you have anything to declare?" I knew they were going to confiscate I knew they were going to go on my bags. I mean, they had a cop there and they had 2 TSA agents. So there's like, do you lie about it when they're going to find it anyways? Or so what I did is I said, "Hey, I got some chocolates. I got some liquor. I have some meat and some cheese." They said, "You have meat and cheese?" I'm like, "Yeah, I bought it. I bought it at duty free," which if you ever do any international flying and stuff, there's a place in every airport. It's called duty free. You don't pay taxes on stuff, but you're able to, you buy it and they actually bring it to the plane as you walk on, they hand it to you. So, it's secure that you haven't done anything to it. That's where I bought the stuff and they confiscated all that. I had tons of liquor. They were amazed, but the very last bag, they opened it. I didn't tell them about the plants. I saw the plants. They opened it up. They said, "What's that?" And I said, "Well, these are legal plants. They're, and I was trying to explain what it is. I said, "These are legal to bring in the United States." And they said, "Hey, do you have all the paperwork, import license and stuff?" And I'm like, "No, I don't." And yeah.
I'm just laughing. You're that guy. And then they open and they just keep finding more and more stuff. You're like Inspector Gadget.
Oh my God. So this is the thing. They confiscated the meat and cheese, which were factory sealed. I had candy that had a Ziploc, like a freaking twisty tie. I said, "So you'll allow me to bring this in that's not factory sealed versus this that's factory sealed?" And they said, "Yes, 100%. And I even did the whole well, technically I'm not in America yet. Can I just step out of line, eat all my meat and eat all my cheese and then step back in line?" And they said, "No, we can't do that." And I was like, I was trying everything I possibly can to get this stuff in. And they
were not behind it.
But I will say this, when I went to Cabo, guess what? When I came back through, 100%, I got double checked again. So I think I'm on their list of check because Joe's bringing crap in.
And Joe's coming through.
So I think a lot of these black ones are actually videos. And I have it set up for pictures only right now. So
what are those? Are those cherries? Are they fire rats?
They're tools.
I don't know enough about shrimp.
So this right here, this is Volkner, this is Gabby, this is Manny's counterpart in Germany and stuff. So these two are like my counterparts over in Germany. So I got to work with them a lot more. They have a lot of younger crowd that they're working with now. So it's super cool to get the younger crowd aspect of, because they went to school for all this. Elena.
This is all interview that I'm looking at right now, right?
This is all at their booth. Yeah. And I think I walked around the camera too. So
if I wanted to go to the Interzoo, is that something that somebody like me could go to, or
100%, 100%. You buy your ticket, you get a digital ticket that you can put on your phone. Interzoo is like their version of kind of like Aquashella, but so it's like Aquashella, Global Pet Expo all in one. So what happens is people like JBJ, we go over there to find all the new products for this coming year, and then we want to bring them in the United States. We found a lot of cool products that we wanted to bring in, and then it's a matter of trying to work out the deals to bring the new products over. Volkner.
I just need to work through getting out of the country first, and then we'll talk. But I want to go.
Let's see here. Trying to just go through a lot of these pictures. I mean, I took so many pictures, so I'm just trying to go through them so I can start getting some of the other pictures on here.
What's that navy blue canister thing? Is that CO2? Beautiful. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Man. So this is Matthias right here. So Matthias is the one that usually comes over to America with Gabby, and we do aquascaping lessons at the shows. This time we had Chance do it for us because Matthias couldn't come over. But I like working with Matthias because Matthias has good proper English. So it's funny. So he went to a show and we had paper towels, right? And he kept on calling them kitchen towels. And we're like, no, it's paper towels. He's like, no, it's kitchen towels. We're like, how do you figure it's kitchen towels? He goes, kitchen paper is what he called it. He says,
Oh God.
because this is toilet paper. It's for the toilet. This, you use it in the kitchen, so it's kitchen paper. And we're, no, it's paper towels. He's like, no, it's kitchen, because it's the whole translation difference. So it was like our running joke at the show is like, hey, do you need some kitchen paper? All right, so this is like, we had one day, we had 4 hours, so we decided to go to Old Germany, which is in Nuremberg. This hasn't been touched since anything happened. We're actually sitting at a place that I think I ordered a cappuccino, and Manny ordered a beer, I think it is. Some of their old buildings. Yep, this is like the rat catcher right here. So we were actually sitting like right over here.
That is so cool. Oh, wow, that is so cool.
That's the money, yeah. So all these things like have never, this is the castle's in the background. So
what's with all the rats?
It's their thing. I don't know. It's part of that place where we're at and stuff. And I think I have to translate the thing of what it actually is.
Are they the ones that had the plague, the rats back in the day?
So all these buildings haven't been touched since the war.
Wow. Oh my God.
So it's so beautiful. Like Manny and I loved it. The castle.
That's a dragon.
Beer.
I feel like Melanie Holmes was just there.
I just there's castle walls.
I feel like I saw a lot of these buildings on the corner.
You know, in Old Germany. There's the church we went to.
It's giving old San Juan energy. Oh,
just some of their just sculptures and
there's
the small things like in the corner of the church that you would never walk by and ever notice and stuff. And I was noticing all the small little things like, holy smokes. Like
I would too.
And then of course I haven't had a chance to go back through. Like I wanted to translate all this stuff so I could go over and take a look, which I can just use Google Translate on my phone. This is inside the church. And just to let everybody know, they allow tourists inside the church to take pictures. What they do is they ask for €5 when you come in as a donation, and then they rope off stuff and they allow you to take pictures in certain areas. So I wasn't trying to be disrespectful and stuff like this. They 100%. Yeah, they're just like, hey, come on in, take whatever pictures you want. This organ though was massive. Like I've seen a lot of big organs, but this thing was like huge.
Yeah, I've seen some big organs too in here.
And this was like their tablet. I don't know exactly what that, like, I have to like research what that was.
This is so beautiful.
But this is like some of the things that were just inside there. I was just like, holy smokes. Like, it was just very overwhelming. I could have spent days and days going to different places. Like every time you walked around the corner, you found different stuff. Wow. This is just like another, like outside of a different church. I mean, this is a whole entire different church.
Wow.
Pigeons were galore all over the place.
He's like, gotta give the pigeons a moment.
So this is
Forget about the pigeons
that Manny and I went on. I mean, we were like speed walking all the way through this because we had a limited amount of time to go through Old Germany. Here's a little band.
At least you got to do that.
Yeah, Top Gun was just coming out. Here's the Jurassic World.
Rolex.
Everybody's feeding the pigeons and more statues, and I was just amazed by everything that was there. Marco Polo.
I'm gonna go visit that one day. It's gorgeous. I have to.
So Manny got tired of me stopping every place and taking pictures, so he decided to walk away from me. And I'm like, well,
I'm done.
Walk away with me as much as you want. I'll just take pictures of you walking away, buddy. You know, I mean, we had so much fun. At one point, we stopped at a bar, and I said, hey, I looked at, like, I wanted to go there and get German Pokemon cards, and I actually found a comic book store that had them. It was like 800 yards away, so we actually walked to it.
German Pokemon cards? I didn't even know that was a thing.
100%. Every country usually has their own. Germany has their own. It was tough to find though.
That's so cool.
This one, okay, so this one right here, this was a massive, I think it had to be like 50 feet by 75 feet. They had statues all around it. And I started just randomly taking pictures. Like, I was amazed by this. Wow. Of all the intricate artwork that goes on here for this. It just like amazed me.
Oh, that is so cool. I love how you went through and got every angle.
Mandy took a picture and that looks so bad. I'm so fat. I'm going to skip through that one.
No, stop. Don't be like that. Don't you know that thick is in, baby? I wish I had a few pounds. Trust me.
Houses. This was like another piece of artwork. This is someone did this random artwork on the side of them. This was actually in an alley. And I went over and said, hold on, Manny, let me take a picture. I could have just like, someone just did random artwork.
It's giving Banksy. You know who Banksy is? It's an artist that does street art. That looks a lot like Banksy.
There's the Pokemon at the place. All right, this is the bus trolley station, train station. This is where we had to catch our Uber at.
Oh, it's giving Union Station.
Yeah, it's just. I mean, we had so much fun, and then we have. This is like, I think this is pictures. Yeah, so that's it. That's all the pictures. That's pictures.
That's an actual castle, right?
Yeah, that's the actual castle. So from what I understand, let me try and get my thing on the other one here. Remove. All right. So from what I understand, and I have pictures on my phone, is that picture of the castle was how can I say this? It was back when the war was happening and it was just starting. The place that we were, where is in Nuremberg. That's where I'm trying to word stuff correctly. So
here, let me help you out. You got to start like this. Back in my day,
that's where the Reich had all their meetings. Where they, you ever see the old pictures where they're all the battalions are all standing together when they're doing the parade and stuff? That's where it was taking place. This castle is where Adolf Hitler stayed at. The actual wall was like, I want to say at least 400 feet wide, like deep. It was like massive. And that's where it kind of like took place. And that's where I was kind of fascinated with old history and stuff. And that's where I started taking pictures of all the signs and stuff just to make sure that I could properly pronounce it and do all this. Yep, that's all the pictures. But 100%, like I was 100% amazed by everything that I saw over there. I would love to go back there. So what they wanted me to, there's more pictures on my phone, but what they wanted me to do is they wanted me to do more of like the fish store tours and stuff, which I did. I took tons of videos and pictures and stuff. I wanted to do more of like seeing the castles and whatnot. So, I mean, I loved it. So I 100% loved it. I haven't been keeping up with any of the chat and stuff, which is fine. I can always respond back to these chats later on and stuff.
Yeah, I'm terrible at that. I'm just gonna point that. I know Dee Dee said something funny about organs and stuff. And girl,
I know I said right here, big organs, LOL, zipping the lip.
Hey, if the shoe fits.
Yeah, it's 100%. Like I as soon as I said it, I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go. So yeah, and I can go back through and I can like answer this more privately for people and stuff like this. But what I do want to do is I do want to go over and do this drawing. So this is I did a dry scape. So this is the tank right here.
He did a dry scape, aka dry style.
I did a little dry scape right here. It's been going now for quite a few months, so everything's well rooted.
I love that. The Ultimate Nature. Oh my god, hold on.
So this is the UNS 1 gallon tank. I got it for last year's. Oh, you got one too?
I
got it last year for a Christmas present from UNS. The year before, okay, watch this. So I got all my stuff from UNS.
Wait, can you pull it back out? I want to see it again. I want the inspo.
This was my Christmas present from UNS. A little metal tin UNS cup. That was my Christmas present.
Does yours have a lid? Okay, stop. I want one of those. Where
Last
can
year
I
was
get?
1 gallon aquarium. So I want to see what this year's is. I haven't got it yet, so I want to see what it is. But so what I did is I did it in-house, like in-store this last weekend. Come on in, freaking everybody that came in, freaking got a ticket. So I'm sure everybody's kind of waiting for it.
I'm so jealous of
How
your
I
car.
do this is I don't call the people. So I always tell people when they do this thing, I'm going to be doing the YouTube live. It's going to be on Facebook too. I'm going to do the drawing. Please go back and watch it. And then when you watch, just give me a jingle like this and I can confirm who you are. And then you can come pick it up. It's something where it's just like, you got to do a little bit instead of always getting free stuff. You have to do something with it. I mean, you got to watch a video. I mean, it's not that bad. So, all right. So we're going to do
bad. It's really not that bad.
Nothing up my sleeve. Now, some people will go over and say, well, I didn't know I was doing this here. So this last weekend on Saturday, I wasn't at the store. So I had my employees going over and do this. So sometimes they forgot about it. I'm sorry if you guys got forgot about it and you didn't grab a ticket and stuff like this. Trust me, there'll be more this coming month. Like, don't worry about that. So, all right. So I'm going to draw one out of here.
Fingers crossed for you guys.
And I will be doing one for, I got one right here. I will be doing one for the viewers and stuff, just not today. I'll probably do it for next week and stuff. I got to think about what I'm going to do. All right. So the winner, which nobody has the mark of their ticket and everything else, but I kind of want to show this. And what I want to do is I want to cover up the number because the person put the number on there, which I asked them to do it. All right. So the winner of this is Corbin.
Corbin,
you are the winner. So I'm going to take
congratulations, Corbin.
I'm going to set it on here. Now, if Corbin doesn't get this aquarium, if Corbin doesn't watch this video and doesn't do this, I'm going to be taking all these. I'm going to be dropping them in a bag. And then on next week's episode, if he's got a week to watch this video. If he doesn't claim it, I will come back and dump these back in the ticket and draw again for it. Like Victoria, it's just like it's tough when you go over, like I got to point to the left to go to the right here. So but I want to thank everybody that has been watching and stuff. I know my time is running short and stuff. Love you all. Lori, my moderator, there she is right here. Boo, Monster Fish Gal. There's my moderator.
Monster Fish Gal, you are amazing. I love seeing you in every stream. Love it.
Oh my God, 100%. She's in every single stream. If she ever needs anything, she can always ask me. Victoria, I want to thank you for co-hosting with me. I greatly appreciate it. We'll work out more details of how we're going to co-host this. Guys, I want you to have a shrimptastic day as well. Thank you guys for watching and stuff. I love you all. Yes, please hit the thumbs up and thank you very much. I'm going to put this on here and congratulations, Corbin, once again on this. Thank you guys. Have a shrimptastic day. Love you all.